Hi there, this is Anup. Today we are going to talk about Windows 11 performance monitoring. How to monitor Windows 11 performance, how to do benchmarking, what are the tools you can use to analyze the performance of Windows 11, what are the inbuilt tools available in Windows 11 to do this, to get a detailed analysis report of Windows 11 performance, system diagnostic report and system performance report with all the details will be available with this built-in free tool, and this is going to help you in troubleshooting the performance issues, slowness issues in Windows 11 for end users. Sometimes there are a lot of complaints from the users that Windows 11 performance is not good. We are having slowness in applications, etc. etc. So this tool is going to help you understand what is the performance issue, which component is causing this issue, and moreover this is entirely a free tool which is built in as part of Windows. So don't skip the video, let's go ahead and check this out. So let's check the performance of Windows 11 using the free tools which are available in Windows 11 as out of box. So you don't need to install any particular tool to do the extensive performance analysis for Windows 11. That is what we are going to show in this video. We'll check how to analyze Windows 11 performance. We'll check about the latest information that Microsoft published about 300 plus performance improvements. We'll also look into 3 free tools to analyze Windows device performance, and we will deep dive into one of the tool which we are going to discuss in the later slides. First of all, let's understand why do we need to analyze the performance of Windows 11. There are several reasons for that. One is benchmarking of the devices, benchmarking of device models and virtual machine templates, and categorizing them based on the use cases. We'll do the performance analysis to troubleshoot software or application slowness issues. We'll also do Windows 11 performance analysis to identify hardware limitations or issues. I have seen organizations doing performance analysis of Windows 11 for selecting the vendors or appropriate virtual machine templates in a VDI or server infrastructure kind of a scenario. So that is why we normally do Windows 11 performance analysis. Microsoft claims there are 300 plus performance improvements in the latest versions of Windows. This includes optimized Teams application, faster Microsoft Edge. There are reliability improvements, sustainable computing related improvements, startup program or startup application impact related improvements, as you can see over here, faster desktop access kind of improvements, and improved shell interactions. These are the key points which Microsoft shared in the 300 Windows 11 performance improvements. I will add the link to the blog post from Microsoft into the description of the video so that you can check this out. Now let's check what are the free tools which we are going to discuss in this video and in the demo. Windows Security Application is first one of the tools which we are going to look into. This is to give you very high level overview of Windows device performance, storage capacity, battery life, etc. etc. And the other one is Resource Monitor. Resource Monitor is very helpful to troubleshooting and understand the performance of processors, network, memory, disk, etc. etc. So these are the other free tools which are already available in Windows 11. You don't need to install anything to get these tools. It is already there in Windows 11. We are going to concentrate more on Performance Monitor tool. We'll check how you can get the WMI queries from Performance Monitor reports. We'll run System Performance Report and check what are the details available terminal. We'll also run system diagnostics report and check what is going on there and what are the details available in that particular report and where is the best place to look into these reports. I mean the results. These are the reports I was talking about. System diagnostic report, system performance report, and then user defined system performance report. And you can see from a very high level perspective, resource overview. Disk was busy because I was copying lot of files to test it. So you would be able to see all these details in the demo along with event trace sessions, startup event trace sessions, etc, etc. So let's go into the demo and check this out. So let's open Windows Tools from Start menu. Over here you would be able to see Windows Tools option in the Start menu, all applications, and if you click on that, the Windows Tools page will get opened, right? So this is the Windows Tools page. It is part of the control panel and it is available in Windows 11 as well, and these are very useful tools. As you can see, today we are going to talk about performance monitor tool over here. This is one of the tools which we are going to use to check the performance of Windows 11 device. Before that, let's have a quick look at Windows 11 health report from Windows Security. This is very high level overview of your Windows 11 device health. As you can see over here, Windows time service has no issues, storage capacity no issues, battery life no issues, application and software no issues. So all these components on my Windows 11 device is fine as per Windows Security device performance and health report. How do I get it? If I go to Start menu and search option and type in Windows Security over here, you would be able to see a security application. You can open this using this method. Otherwise, you can go to Settings app over here, and then from Settings app you can launch Windows Security application. I would suggest to use this method to open Windows Security. Once you open it, you will be in home page. Once you expand it and click on device performance and health, you would be able to see this report. So that is the first step you need to look into if you are worried about device performance, etc. So this is the very high level view, I would say helicopter view of device performance. Then we can go into the other tools such as performance monitor to analyze what is happening over there. So now you know how to launch Windows tools and where to find performance monitor. If you click on this icon, it will open up a different tool called performance monitor, as you can see over here, and there are different things over here. On the left side you can see the navigation menu, and on the right side you can see the classic text message which explains what is this, and down here you would be able to see system summary over here, memory details, committed bytes in use, and what is the cache per second. All those details you would be able to see over here. Also you would be able to see the network interface control, etc, etc, even the physical disk details, ideal time and average queue length. It is all very good in this device, and you can scroll down a bit to get more details such as interrupt time, processor time, parking status, etc, etc. So this is very high level overview of your system status. That is kind of the performance home menu. And over here in the performance monitor, if you click on that, you would be able to see some of the details such as processor time over here, and the processor information object is considered over here. Also the color code is also very important over here. It says red is the color code used for this particular performance monitor counter. So if you want to add additional counters which are default available, you need to click on the plus button over here. I'm going to click on plus button. That will load all the default information, all the default counters available for me over here. Processor information, processor performance, performance, etc. I'm going to click on processor performance, and over here you need to add instances. So you can add all instances for test scenario. I'm going to add that is added now, and I'm going to click on show description so that you will get more details. What is this processor performance information? I'm going to click on OK now to just check what is happening in this particular graph down here. So there are different colors over here. Now you can see processor frequency is in different color, maximum frequency is in different color. All these details are available here. Processor frequency, maximum frequency, processor state flags, etc. So you can see some different color lines over here. That means now the process monitor is tracking that counter also. This is called counters. These are default counters, and we have added all the instances, as you can see, for the processor performance. Processor performance had lot of instances, and you can see all instances over here, and the counter details are over here, as you can see. Processor state flag, and object is the one which we added, that is processor performance. We added processor performance object, and all these counters got added to process monitor. Now let's add one more object. Let's add memory, expand that, and let's select one and click on add button. If you want to add only one, you can do that. Committed bytes in use or cache, write copies per second. Let's add this, write copies per second. Now you would be able to see memory options below over here. Red dotted lines is memory options over here. So I'm going to remove some of the counters from here. For example, you can click on cross button over here to remove the counters so that the graph will be more cleaner. So I'm going to remove most of the counters. I'm going to keep only one for the processor. Select all option or shift key and down arrow to select all of those and delete, remove those. So now we have only two counters. One is processor time, other one is write copies per second. One is processor information object and the other one is memory object. Now let's do some copy pasting or something else to understand how the performance is going to get impacted. So I'm pasting a file from one folder to another, and you would be able to see some differences. Maybe see the difference is visible over here. The write copy increased. Now it should come back to normal. So you can add any of these counters from here. If you want to check what is the SMB shares performance, storage space, cache performance, etc., you would be able to add all these counters. So that is the performance monitor, and you have different options like different types of graphs available, reports also available. I feel sometimes this report is very useful than the graphs if you have added lot of complex counters. So where you can get this option, if you go to this particular icon, report icon, you can click on reports to get this. And if you want to freeze the display, that is also possible from here. For example, you can freeze the display using this button. Okay, I freeze the display now, and I can update the data if you want, and I can unfreeze it. Other option is properties. If you go to properties, you would be able to see the details of current performance monitor, counters and colors, and you would be able to change the colors if you want. So try to apply and check whether the color is getting changed or not. Red color, I'm going to change it to blue, and we will see what is happening. See, the color got changed over here from red to blue. So you can change that, and you can increase the width of it, and you can increase the size of it, style of it, etc, etc. I'm going to apply, and you would be able to see a different style, dotted lines, etc. And from here also you would be able to remove or add additional counters, and you can set the scale also. For example, if I want to set the scale something like this, you would be able to do that as well. Okay, by default it is 1. And sources log files, if you want to have log files, you can add the log files and you can store the details over here. if you go to graphs, you would be able to see different styles of graph available over here. Scroll style, scroll wrap, title you can provide, and vertical scale you can provide. All those details are available here. And in appearance, you would be able to see different types of appearance options and color options like graph background, graph control background, text, grid, etc. etc. This is one of the very useful tool which has been used by Windows administrators to check the performance or for the troubleshooting scenarios for many years. And you can click on highlight button if you want to highlight something, the highlight button over here. This is view log option. As you can see over here, you can view the log data using this particular icon. This is the same thing which we checked from the properties over here. And then if you go down over here, data sets, and you can define user defined data sets if you want. You can define new data collection set and go through this 4 different templates available for data collection: basic, system diagnostics, system performance, WDAG diagnostics. And over here on the right side, you would be able to see the details. What does this mean? If I click on system performance, you would be able to see what is system performance. Generate a report detailing the status of local hardware resources, system response time. All these things are very useful in troubleshooting scenarios. I'm going to select system performance and click on next, and this is the place where this data will be stored, but I want to store this in my download folder and create a new folder. Once that is done, you can click on finish button to continue. Now the data collection set is stopped. I'm going to start it. How do you start it? I'm going to start it by right clicking on it. If you right click on it, you will get an option to start, and you can save the template, will get all the other details. I'm going to start it now. It is started, and you can see the details over here. If I go to properties, you would be able to see all the details, and you would be able to see different things. So I'm going to perform some other copy paste actions to check whether what it shows in the report. I'm going to select multiple files and then do copy paste again so that I can increase the load of the device. So let's try that and check what is the performance report it comes up with. Okay, so already got stopped. Now let's go to performance monitor folder over here and check the reports. You can see different types of reports over here. I'm going to open this report, maybe with Edge. Icons are not displaying correctly. You can see the computer name over here and the duration of the seconds. By default, the duration of a report is 60 seconds. It will analyze 1 minute and then it will check the performance. It will provide you the performance report of the device. Utilization of memory is 59% as per the report. Top process is memory compression, and over here memory utilization, you can see it is 59 over here, and CPU utilization is 5%. PCS network adapter is less than 15%. So you get all these details from this performance report. Performance counter is there. If I click on that, probably that will open up a performance counter in this tool itself. So this is the graphical representation of it, and this is very useful, isn't it? You would be able to see the counters over here and then object over here. All those details are available here, and you would be able to get into more detailed analysis with this graph. This is going to be a bit complex, but you can go to properties and check which are the counters used, and you can highlight some of the stuffs over here using the highlight button, and you can change it to a report if you want. This is much cleaner report rather than looking at the HTML file which we looked at. I would prefer to look into this actually to get more details what is happening. Probably some of the informations are missing in this report, but the end-to-end detailed report is available in that HTML file. You can see different types of graphs from this report. So this is very useful, as I mentioned before. So that is one of the feature available under user defined stuff. Now if I look at system, you can see system diagnostics and then system performance. I can run this and check what is happening over there. I have started both system diagnostics and system performance. You cannot run both of these together, so you need to wait for one to finish. Let's check what is happening over here. And then event traces are also available over here. All these details are available here as well. And startup event trace is also available here, and you can save this as a template if you want and use it for other scenarios. Now reports are available here, and under system also I can see some reports. So let's check that report. It is still generating the report, as you can see. Okay, now it got generated. You can see the reports from here also, rather than looking at the HTML file. Expand this. This is much cleaner report. I would prefer to use this report over here rather than using the HTML report which we have analyzed a bit before. From this kind of report, you would be able to see disk is busy because we were doing lot of copy paste of MP4 videos. That is why the disk is busy. Otherwise memory is fine and all the other things are normal, even though it uses 59% of the memory, as you can see over here. And this report is very useful. You can see the services, system details and TCP communication details, outbound traffic, inbound traffic. This is very useful to find what are the traffic scenarios, which are the ports it's getting connected, etc. So this is important for security purpose also. Network interfaces, IP details, UDP connections, all those details are available here. Disk hot files, which are those hot files? As you can see, it is MP4 files. Disk breakdown, memory details, memory processors, static reports, computer name, etc. all are here in detail. So I would go to this particular report and check. Now let's check what is happening with this particular report. This is also fine now. It is collected system diagnostic report. It is completed now, as you can see over here. And on the right side, you would be able to see all these tests, etc. So OS check is completed perfectly, no issues. Disk check is completed, fine. Security center checks, fine. System service checks, fine. So all these details are perfectly okay for this particular system. Software configuration, and in software configuration you can see some useful WMI queries as well. That is also very useful. If I expand this, you would be able to see all those details, boot device and then build number. This is very detailed information which is useful for your performance of the device and troubleshooting scenarios. And then anti-spyware information, WMI query details are also available here in this particular report. That is going to be very useful in security related analysis, etc. You would be able to see antivirus details and the instant GUID, timestamp, etc. Hardware configurations, you would be able to see hard disk details. All these are taking from WMI using this particular query. I'm trying to copy this query and put it over here. So it is also working. Copy paste also works. So that is going to be very useful detail. Memory, process, counters. And then let's look at system performance report over here. This is going to be a good graphical representation of it. System diagnostics and system performance. These are going to be very useful reports. I am going to look into reports over here, and this is the the system performance report. This is similar to user defined system performance which we used over there. Remember that I have admin access on this machine, so you need to have admin access to run this detailed analysis of performance monitor. Another tool I want to quickly share in this scenario is resource monitor. I'm not going to go deep into it because this is going to be covered in a different video, but resource monitor is also very useful tool. You can launch this tool from the start menu and check out what are the details, etc, etc. Now that you know all the details about Windows performance tools which are built in out of box available in Windows 11 operating system. We talked about 3 tools in this particular video. To summarize, it is Windows security tool, that is basically to give you a helicopter view of the performance of the systems from different perspectives. And then resource monitor is another tool, and we dive deep into performance monitor, counters, we check the reports, etc, etc. So hope this was helpful. Thank you all for watching. See you around.